Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Investing Simplified, where we just show the everyday person how easy it is to invest, not necessarily in stocks, crypto. It could be whatever you consider easy to you. And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to retire early. Whether you're looking at 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, whatever you're looking at to retirement, 20 months. We're going to talk about how to retire early, not so much as how I did it, but how it can be done. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring myself in this joint. What it do, what it do. Hope everybody's having a happy Monday. Again, welcome to Investing with Rod, man. And on this channel, it's a simple slogan. We just show everybody how to invest on a budget. If you don't have a lot of money, we're going to show you how to do it. And we're not going to have any excuses finishing our 2025, going into 2026. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about retiring early, and before I even get started, let's talk about what is retirement. What is retirement? Now, the definition is when a person has a job and they're looking at ceasing that job or ceasing working, not just that job and going to a different one, just stop working, period. And one of the things, and I am actually retired. Let's get that going on. Technically, I'm what people would call retired, but we're going to put a twist on this. And if for those of you who've never been here, I'm your boy Rod, the host that sometimes does the most. And if this is your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, the like button, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff, man. We don't want to waste a lot of time. We want to get into this. So instead of retirement, we're going to talk about something different. I'm going to call it rod-tirement. And it's not about me retiring, but my definition of retiring. A lot of people, if they're able, will stop working. They'll retire, but they'll go back because they get bored. And what rod-tirement is being financially stable or secure so you can choose whether you want to go back to work after you retire and whenever you want to retire. A lot of people call it financial independence, retire early. I don't use all those fancy catch-along phrases and everybody says so it sounds cool. I look at what's real. What is reality? And reality, we're going to look at that today. Reality when it comes to retirement, whatever you want to call it, rod-tirement, retirement, quit working, stop working, whatever you want to call it, it starts now, today. If you haven't started, it starts today. If you're a certain age, don't worry about your age. I'm going to show you scenarios for every age. Now, we may have to push the retirement date or age back a little bit, but don't be talking about, I'm going to wait until. A problem that I had is I waited until. We don't want to wait until. We want to start now. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. What I'm going to do here, this is not about what Rod did. What I'm going to be showing everybody, notice it's $1,000 up there. I wanted to make it zero, but I couldn't get it to do it. So right here, we have a retirement calculator. I'm going to start. I'm not going to start at no 18. And at the end, I'm going to do if we do a child. But right now, we're talking about retirement. I'm going to start, in my opinion, let's say a person goes to or don't go to college or get a trade or whatever. By the time they start to get it together, I'm going to say 25. Let's just be fair. I'm going to say 25 years old. Now, we're here. We're not trying to just be average and normal. We don't want to retire at 67 and a half or 65 and a half or whatever the half is. I'm being generous in saying 55. I retired at 53. Now, before I go any further, let me come back. Let me give y'all a little background here. I retired at 53. Now, it was somewhat of an involuntary retirement because they got on my nerves. I'm just going to be real with you. And I was like, nobody's going to tell me nothing. I'm going to be my own boss. So I retired. I rod-tired. I quit working in the corporate world and decided to work for myself. Why was I able to do that? Because I started setting myself up, not knowing when I was going to retire, not knowing if I was going to retire. And I'm telling you right now, I may go back to work because I'm bored as hell. But I put myself in a position whenever I wanted to retire or involuntary retire, I was going to be ready. And I haven't worked for no one else but me since 2023. By the grace of God and some common sense thinking, but I still made mistakes. And what I want to do right now is teach other people and show other people that It's a possibility, and it's possible. And I wish there were Rods and Lisa J. Stocks and Mommy Traders and all the other people that I watch out there when I was coming up. But hey, I can't go back and change the past, but I can affect the future. And that's what we're going to do here today. So let it be known, I am retired. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not no fiduciary and none of that. You ain't sending me no money. You need to do your own research. Consult with a licensed professional before you invest any of your hard-earned money. We got that out the way. I do have a degree in finance. Yes, I'm just taking you on my little journey of what I'm doing with this little degree I got. All right, going back. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and put 25. We got a 25-year-old kid. I hit the wrong button. Y'all can't see it. And they're going to retire at 55 so they can enjoy life, man. 65, people barely, I'm barely moving at 56. So I might need to make that 45, but we're going to leave it 55. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to leave this at 1,000 because I have a firm belief everybody out there can come up with 1,000 somehow, some way. We're going to discuss some ways to make this happen on a monthly basis. And at 25, you should be able to save $100 per month. 25 years old, you're going to retire at 55. You're going, whatever your name is, Charlie Tire, Sarah Tire, whatever you want to call it, you're going to stop working and go back if you want to. You start with $1,000, you're going to do 1,000 a month. Now, it says here 10 to 12% roughly a month. I'm going to go in the middle. I'm going to put 11%. Now, notice right here it says 1,000. I'm going to hit this little calculate button. At 25, putting $100 a month, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think you can retire off $300,000, but boy, it sure is better than $7,000 or $71.60, which a lot of us, including myself, would have been in that $71 category because we come up with all these reasons why we can't save money. That's 30 years, man, $300,000. Now, somebody might say, well, Rod, I don't have 100. I could tell you, and I'm going to pull up a calculator and show you in a minute because, hey, all this here other stuff, I don't know what my love language is, but my money language is show me. Show me. You can talk to me all day long, but show me. So that's why I like to show everybody. That's why I share these screens and stuff. So that's at 11%. But if you've been watching me, man, 11%, that's chump change. So let's go on over here. We gonna make it 15 just to say we gotta now we ain't depending on us. This is what we control, ladies and gentlemen. We control this what goes in monthly, but we don't control this percentage of return. But we're gonna go ahead and hit 15%. We can double our money. If it go to 15, we had $779,000. $100 a month, man. I'm just gonna tell you so you can start calculating yourself. Okay, you don't like coffee, so you ain't stopping at Starbucks. You don't like fruit juices or energy drinks, so you ain't stopping at 7-Eleven, but you get to work. And there's this big old, it might be short, it might be medium-sized thing that will call your name. At least it called mine every day, called a vending machine. You're going to get you some chips, you're going to get you some pretzels, and you're going to get something to wash it down. Even though they got 100,000 water fountains, you're going to get some Coke or Sprite or whatever you like to wash it down. I guarantee you, I'm going to say today, I'm going to be generous and say $1.50 for the chips, $1 for the soda. It's $2.50. $2.50 times 25 days in a work month. Oh man, I'd have to calculate that. Just y'all think about that though. $2.50 times 25 work days. We ain't even count the weekend because you ain't going to work. So we ain't even count that. But now we back to the regular schedule program. If you've been watching me, man, I don't trip out 20%. I talk about the Dove Club. And the Dove Club is if you make more than 20% return on your investment. Most of my investments in the Dove Club, and the Dove Club, something I made up. You ain't gonna Google it and find it. But look at that, y'all. A 25-year-old at 55 years old, $100 a month. Keep in mind, skip the vending machine, young people. And by the way, I did look at some analytics over the weekend. Most of my viewers on this channel are between 24 and 30. So I've got to be talking to some 25-year-old out there. $2.6 million? At 55, I ain't talked about giving up no video games. I ain't talked about don't get no iPhones. I ain't talked about don't get no drawers. I ain't said don't get nothing. I said give up the vending machine. Man, a matter of fact, let me calculate that real quick. What I said, 250 times 25. I don't even know if I want to put it on the screen. I can do it quicker right here myself, and then y'all just have to trust me. You do it yourself, yo, please. 250 times 25. Right there, $62. You give up the vending machine there, that's $62 of the 100 right there. Now you just got to come at $62.50. You got to come up with $37.50. In some other way, we'll talk about that. But then let's just say they make the quarter horse club. Because Rod got a quarter horse club. I like to believe I can at least get 25% average. I'm gonna come on down and calculate. Y'all ready for this here? That 25-year-old at 55 at $100 a month, starting with a stack or a grand or $1,000, making 25%, got $9 million, man, 9.7 million. That's how you retire early. But I can quit the live, I can quit the video right now. How to retire early is give up some of this BS that we mess off every day. And y'all, I'm not trying to be harsh. Really, right now, if I appear to be yelling, I'm yelling at Rod. Because Rod was the vending machine goer. Rod found every reason in the world not to come up with $100 a month when he was 25. I guarantee you I did. But now let's go up a little bit. Let's see what's going to happen to that 35-year-old. I'm going to go 30-year-old. Hey, y'all, if you're a certain age, put it in the comments. I'm going to jump in these comments in a second, take a little break. And I'll put your age in here, but I'm going to go 30. Let's see what that, now watch, it's going to be a little tougher for that 30-year-old, but I got a plan for your 30-year-olds out there. Then we're going to go to 35. Yeah, that 30-year-old just gave up $7 million waiting 5 years. They gave up $7 million waiting 5 years to start. But I want to go to 35 because if you ain't got it together by 25, you might have it together. But by 35, you should have it together. You got 20 years to retire. You're starting with a stack, $100 a month. We got to go back down because the market might not be doing that good. We don't know. Let's go to the low end of the total poll, 15%. 169,000, man. You might get a couple of bologna sandwiches, maybe a little bit of mustard, and 2 loaves of bread to last. That's what you're going to eat from now on. That's what you're going to eat from now on. I'm just being real with you, man. Now, we look up and get that 20%. We're going to be a little better. We might be able to move up to salami. Is that how you say salami? Salami, I'm from the country. Y'all bear with me. 363. We might be able to get us a couple of cheeseburgers. I don't know. And then at 25%. But I'm going to tell y'all what I would say. If we look up and get 25%, then, hold up, man. If we look up and get 25%, then we'll have $812,000. Somebody probably asked me about this. Like, y'all bear with me a half a second. I apologize for this. Bear with me. Yeah, somebody asked me for the link for this. So bear with me here, y'all. Anyway, $812. But yo, if you're 35 years old, let's bump this up a little bit. You should be able to save more than 100. I ain't gonna even do you wrong. I ain't gonna say save 200. Let's just save 150. Can we do that? Can we at least save 150? Can we multitask? That's what I'm trying to do here. Bear with me, y'all, and I'm gonna jump in these comments in a half a second. I can't never just be totally free on these. All right, there we go. All right, so 25, we're gonna go back down 150. So we're gonna see what this here will be. 15%, and then I'm gonna do 100 like this, and then I'm gonna do 150. So right there. So we said 169. We bumped this up to 150, and I'm not going back to 100. Watch the difference, just $50 more. We got 80,000 more just putting it right there. Then if we get 20%, I'm not even going up to 25. Let's just be realistic, because 20% is pretty high. That's pretty high. So this is telling me at 35 years old, I should be able to come up with a way to squeeze out, hopefully, $200 a month, $100 a payday. I'm not going to say you can't retire on that. Who knows what the economy is going to be if you're 35 now, 20 years from now. I don't know. But here's what I want everybody to look at. You got $1,000 you started with it. You only put 48,000. I know I said only because compared to you putting 48,000 in and it growing another 625,000, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this right here alone is enough to motivate me to say, I'm just putting 48,000 of mine and I'm getting 600,000 of somebody else's. This gonna motivate me every time I get a tax return, every time I get a bonus, every time somebody give me a financial gift, every time I get some kind of inheritance money, a dividend, a check I didn't expect, a refund, I'm gonna throw it in here. And let's say now I'm able, let's say with all that, I'm able to average out 350 a month. Watch this here. Y'all see that 674? Watch what's about to happen here. At least I'm doubling my money, man. 1.1 million, a million of that is from growth. 84,000. Now, I want y'all to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, this 1 million, this 84,000. This is what you would probably have if you put your money in the bank. Let's just go ahead and be generous. I'm not talking about a high yield savings account. I'm talking in the bank. If you had 1,000 and you did this 350, you'd have 94,000 at the end of your term. At the end of whenever you're ready to, if you put it in the bank. Not bad. It's not nothing. But if I can turn over here and even just put 15% and say, forget 94,000, now I'm getting $500,000. But at a minimum, until you decide where you want to finally park your money, at least put it at a 3 to 5% high yield savings account. And the reason I'm saying that, your Ally, your Markers by Goldman Sachs, Discover, Capital One, PayPal, it's so many of them out there. And I didn't even name half of them. I didn't even name half of them I have. Let me jump in these comments and see if anybody have any questions or anything. But that right there. Oh, okay. Lisa, the first thing I pulled up, Lisa said 35 to 65-year-old males watching my channel. And that's the spectrum. Look at that spectrum, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that spectrum. Okay, right here, I want to address this here. Dub Club picks are anything when I do a video, YouTube experiment. Thank you everyone for being here. And I'm going back to the top of the comments. This is where they were when I pulled it up. Dub Club picks are any investment that I had to make over or that I talk about this making over 20% return on investment. 20 dub. Not dove, like no birds flying around. I just got a little hip hop on it, YouTube experiment. It's a West Coast thing. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Fellow investors, welcome. That's coming from some dude named Investing with Rod. Hey, Keisha, what's going on? Said, Rod, how you doing? What's up, Rod? What's going on? Keep it with the Griffins, part of the Alliance in the house. Everybody's speaking. I hope I don't mess this. Is it man, Karika, correct? I don't know. Yeah, somebody going to put that out, like put where the hyphens go and the dashes. Hey, oh, good. They messed my name up too. Hey, Rob. Got to turn it around to the D. Hey, everyone in the chat. Happy Monday. Hey, thank you for being here. Thank everybody for being here. And let me see what we add here. Amen. We got Lisa J. Stocks. Lisa J. Stocks, please check out. She was a guest on the channel. As you can see, she now has a wrench by name. She's just a fellow investor that knows what she's doing and showing everyday people the same thing. We have probably different perspectives, which is great because you don't want to have one way to skin a potato. So what's up, YouTube experiment? Hey, here listening. Thank you. I wish I could change the past true. Yeah, man. A lot of people, we go back and we think about, man, just the small changes, the small tweaks we could make, ladies and gentlemen. And I know I'm still in this little screen only because I'm going to jump back to this calculator. But if we made small tweaks, y'all, I just talked about a vending machine. Giving up a vending machine every day, 5 days a week. Go to Kroger, go wherever you go to Dollar General, Family Tree, Dollar Tree, whatever you come to with the Family Tree. Anyway, go somewhere, man. Save your money, though. And let's see. What was that? Okay. Everybody's speaking. Showing love to Lisa J. Stocks. Amen. YouTube Experiment said, I moved an investment into SCHD, which is a Charles Schwab dividend and high dividend or something like that, ETF. I know it's a Charles Schwab dividend ETF about a year ago. He moved it into SCHD. Disappointed when it's returned over the last year. With its return over the last year, I think I'll leave it there and try a different ETF. Hey, y'all, I don't have a crystal ball, but I do want to talk about that. Y'all, I did a video. One of my most viewed videos in 2025 was a SCHD video. And I simply stated I was going to take my money out of it. I saw the writing on the wall. It wasn't hard. I looked at, they did a reconstitution where they took all, I thought this was crazy. They took the majority of the tech stocks out of SCHD, which was the ETL, and put energy and healthcare or something like that. The worst performing stocks the year before, they put them in and took technology of all things out. And what YouTube experiment is the result. As soon as I saw that, y'all, I did a whole video. I'm getting rid of all this. But I kept about 10%. I kept enough just to remember I had. And when they do another reconstitution in March, April, February, whenever they're doing it, I'm going to see what they put in, and I'm going to go do what they call dollar cost average back into it. And dollar cost averaging for the new investors out there is basically an investment strategy where you take a fixed amount of money and invest on regular intervals, regardless of what the market is doing. You're not worried about Apple being up and down. You're not trying to time the market. You're averaging your money into it. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, YouTube experiment. Check out that video, man. I forgot when I did it. I'm thinking the more rates come down, the better SCHD will be. I don't know. Well, really, the reality of it, and I don't know if Lisa's still in here. I'd love to hear what she think about it. But the reality of it, the rates could come down, the rates could go up. But I think SCHD is going to be okay when they redo the reconstitution. They put those technology stocks back into that exchange traded fund. That's just my opinion. Lisa in there showing love, 24 to 30. Where I'm 44. Oh no, man. It's not everybody's that age. It's just the majority of the people. It's just the majority of the people that watch it. Not everybody watch my channel. And remember, 1 million is 3,000 a month for 30 years. Yo, y'all read that. $1 million is $3,000 a month. I want to talk about something. And I'm going to make, well, actually, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to talk about it. We got 7 real homies in the crib. If this is your first time here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, select all, hit the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. And tell somebody about the channel. I guarantee you we're going to be talking about stuff that any and everybody can benefit from. So I'm going to go up and let's think about, I want to say I was watching Lisa J. Stock's channel. I don't remember if it was a live or a video, but they were talking about how many people, I'm pretty sure it was Lisa. Lisa, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still in here, that over 50 that don't have a pension. So I joined the Navy at 20 years old, 1920, and was able to retire at 39. And I have a pension, and I get the pension now, and I'll get it the rest of my life. I really wasn't thinking about a pension when I joined. I joined the Navy just for one thing, well, 2 things, to travel and to get money for the GI Bill so I can go back to college. Well, I finally did that eventually, but I ended up retiring. We're going to go to, we didn't do the 45-year-olds. So let's do the 45-year-olds and let's look at this scenario. Let's say we ain't going to do the 100. That's going to be a little crazy, but let's say you can muster up $200 because your life is pretty much set. And we're going to be real realistic because the average rate for the S&P 500 or the top 500 companies on the U.S. stock market is 11%, 10 to 12. If you start now at 45, in 10 years, you'll have $46,000. Lisa just said if you have $1 million, that's $3,000 a month. If we take the average American, I'm not worried about race, color, none of that crap. If we just take the average individual in America that don't have a pension, even if they started today and they started watching this channel today and got $1,000 and did $200 a month, they can rely on something which I call a supplement. But the reality of it is we're going to probably have to move this number here from 55 to 65 just to even try to make a difference. Now we got 4 times our money. We worked another 10 years and got 4 times. We're up to 182,000. And then you'll be getting some Social Security. I mean, not so, maybe Social Security is still around, and you'll be getting some kind of something. Medicare, I don't know what all they call it. You'll be getting some. So now we got to go down here. Now we got to do what I call the H&P method, the hope and pray method. We got to hope and pray that this interest rate is up. We don't want to put ourselves in that position, ladies and gentlemen. We want to control the narrative while we can. And we can control the narrative now while we're working and not be able to control it when we're not working. So let's control it right now while we are working. Now, if the market is good and we hope and pray good enough and get 20%, now we can pull this off, y'all. We can get a late start. So that's why I want people I'm not trying to be like nobody, but keep hope alive. Just don't say because I'm 45 it's too late to start. I just showed you the proofs in the pudding. You only got $200, but what if? What if the market is 20%? I highly doubt it, but you never know. But what if? Here's 15%, and 20 gave us double the money. Now, let's look at the 50-year-olds. Obviously, shaving off 5 years is going to be a little worse. 143,000, but it's not too late, man. Let's try to bump this up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to bump it up. 209,000. We're doing 300 a month. Let's go ahead and hope we get another 5%. Like, again, man, forget this hoping stuff. I've been hoping I hit the lottery for I don't know how long, and I ain't hit it yet. So now we probably won't. Just to even make this make sense. See how I've added everything here, ladies. The only thing I can't add your age. Well, that's gonna happen anyway. But I had to bump up their retirement age from 65 to 67. I can't bump up the initial investment because we only had 1,000 when we started. I bumped that up from 200 to 300. I bumped that from 15% to 2. This is hope. Hope I got more money to invest. Hope the interest rates go up. Gotta work till I'm 67. So the moral of this story, man, forget waiting. Wait. Where I'm from, I grew up in Arkansas, and we had a bunch of country sayings. Wait. It is a play on words, but wait broke the wagon down. You keep waiting. You keep on waiting if you want to. No, I'm telling you, man. So let's go back to that original scenario. Let's say that 25-year-old. We ain't going to even do no 300. We're going to keep it at 100. And we ain't going to even do no 20%. We're going to do 15%. 25 years old, they're going to retire. They're going to do this until they're 67, whether they working or not, $4 million. $4 million, keeping it at $100. 4.7 million. So if Lisa said for every 1 million, you get 3,000 a month, it ain't hard for me to calculate. If I got triple the money, if I got 4 million instead of 1 million, and I'm getting 3, and I triple that, I have $9,000 a month. This person right here, this 25-year-old, if they just sacrifice $100 a month, at 67, will have $9,000 a month to live off of. I don't know too many people at 67 unless you've just been doing this most of your life. But let's do something here. I want to do one more other thing. I'm going to put 0 there. And I got this from Lisa J. Stocks because we did it in our thing here. We're going to put, you got 1,000. You're going to give a baby $1,000 a month. And we're going to be more realistic. I want everything to be realistic. We're just going to go to higher end, 12%, $50 a month for a child. We're going to put $1,000 in there as a Christmas gift when they born. They don't know anyway. At 18, it's going to go from a custodial account to their individual account. And by that time they turn 18, that child will have $46,000 to. Now, I wouldn't try to make this the savings account for school. This would probably just be an account. I would try to make this, if I could, a graduation gift. What kid, Lisa said it in our live, let you be the relative or the parent that give their kid $46,000 upon graduation and watch. I wish I would have did this for my daughter. I gave my daughter some stock, but it was nowhere near this. We get lucky. We don't know. We don't care because we got something going. Automatic, $50 a month. We get lucky and get the right investment. 139. I'm not worried about luck right now. To give a kid $45,000 and I'm rounding down, and y'all, the proof's in the pudding, man. I ain't making this stuff up. I'm just showing y'all what I see. Rod, that was one of my mistakes that I fixed. I only started earning a pension in January of this year. Man, hey, you earning one, bro. Y'all, please look at the glass as being half full, not empty. You're earning one now. The fact that you know that it was a quote unquote, in your words, a mistake. Now that you know it was a mistake, as you put it, and you're fixing that mistake because you're earning a pension now. You're earning one, man. So a lot of people still saying, I wish I would have earned a pension. There's a lot of people out there that don't even know what a pension is. A retirement. There's a lot of people out there that don't even have the opportunity to earn that. So, man, the glass is half full, bro. Most people don't earn a pension. Facts, yeah. I got my Mega Millions ticket, haven't hit it yet. True, exactly. I don't even buy them things no more. I'd rather put $1 in the stock market than to buy a lottery ticket. I was that dude in California back in the day. If you bought a lottery ticket in Cali, I don't even know if you can get one for $1 now. Back then, you buy $1, you pick 6 numbers. I don't even think they had a mega number back then. You pick 6 numbers and miss all 6, they gave you $1 back. I kept getting my $1 back. I couldn't even get 1 out of 6. I quit playing, man. What up, Big Murph? Hey there, Rod, and everyone in the chat. So, man, we're not going to be on here a long time. Been on here 30 minutes, man. Again, retiring early. The key to doing anything and getting a good result is starting. I didn't say start now. I didn't say start tomorrow. I didn't say start yesterday. Starting. But I can tell you, if you want to get a not so great result, delay starting. You heard YouTube experiments say a mistake. A mistake that I made is I started investing early, but I didn't maximize my opportunities with investing. Just because I was investing, we're going to just say $100 a month, it was no rule in concrete surrounding my house that said I couldn't invest no more than $100 a month. But that's the mentality I kept for years. I'm already investing a month. Another one I heard Lisa talk about on a live, I think, a while back. I kept my 401k at 3%. I didn't even want no 401k. I never believed in it because I felt like I didn't have control over my money. But I kept it at 3%. And I said, wait a minute, man. I decided I was bored at work and I looked at my 401k. Y'all, you are your CEO of you. Everybody out here want to be the CEO of a Boogaloo Bang Bang Bubblegum Company. Damn that. You are the CEO of your life. You are the chief executive officer of you, your finances, how you live, how you're going to live later on, how you live in the day. Start taking charge. We have 401ks. We don't even know what we invested in. And we is me. I'm one of those we. We don't even know what we're invested in. I'm doing the bare minimum 3%, and then they got me in a investment. Talking about the 2035 fund or something like that. That's when I'm retiring. And the rate was terrible. And I looked up and ended up in FXAIX, which Lisa J. Stocks talk about on her channel all the time and remind me to invest on my own into it. And that ETF was doing, an index fund was doing phenomenal, a mutual fund or whatever it is. Phenomenal. And then I said, wait a minute, I can go in here and mess with my own 401k and put the money where I can pick my own investments after I read it. And then I can say I want 25% going here, 50% going there, and 12.5 and 12.5. Next thing I know, I got 4 sensible investments, one for dividends, one for growth, one that covered the S&P 500, and then I had, I think, an international. Covered everything. And my money, man, was growing like crazy. And I wonder why it took me so long to get from 10,000 to 20,000 in my 401k, because I was only investing 3% of my gross income. And then they was matching 17%. That's another thing, man. If you have a company that's matching money, giving you money, max out as much as you can. I think for us, was it 12, I forgot what I don't even know if it was a max for the 401k. I think I finally got up to like 10, 11%. And all I kept saying, man, I sounded like an R&B song. I ain't gonna say who sung it, y'all. Let y'all figure it out. But I sound like that song, I wish. I wish, I wish. That's what I wish I would have invested more. There is no reason that everybody in this live stream right now couldn't and shouldn't be a millionaire. Y'all excuse me, I got to take a swig of this wonderful coffee I'm drinking that I had all day. I think a squid, but y'all know I'm country. But there's no reason everyone in this live stream shouldn't and couldn't be millionaires whenever they decide they want to stop working. It's up to us to control the narrative. It's up to us while we are able, while we're working. A twist can come at any given time, any given moment. What I mean by a twist, it's not necessarily age. We can be making six figures today, and somebody can decide tomorrow we're no longer making six figures a year. I want y'all to think about that. We could be making six figures today via a company or whatever, a position. But tomorrow, someone can make the decision you're no longer making six figures. What did you do while you were controlling the narrative of making six figures? What did you do? What part did you play as the CEO of your company? As the CEO of you, what part did you play in making sure you, which is the company, was successful? You're making sure the company you're working for is successful. You're going to work every day. You're clocking in. You're doing your job. You're trying to get a great performance evaluation so you can get a raise. But what are you doing as the CEO of your company, yourself? I'm not talking about no YouTube channels, no side hustles. I'm talking about taking what the company is giving and pouring into your company. You don't $1, $5, $100, whatever it is. I guarantee you, man. I guarantee you, when you invest, one of the hardest things in the world to do is to take your money out. You remember how hard it was to start? You remember when you started? You remember you only had a little bit to start with? You remember that you had to save, if you were saving like Rod, $50 a month in 12 months, you had $600, you didn't even have $1,000. And then some came up where you needed 800 and you only got 6. And you had to take that 6 and you had to start all over. But thank God I started, because I would, instead of only needing to come up with $200, I would have had to come up with 800. Do y'all follow me? That being said, man, this is the last call for comments. We're going to get ready to raise up out of here. You are the CEO of your company. When you're ready to let your company go, and that's you're ready to stop working. Let's say you want to go fishing 4 days a week and work to it. You know what? I told somebody one time, one of my goals in life, man, was to get a job, stop working, get a job, and not care. I don't care what I get paid an hour. I mean, I'm going to get paid something, but if it was minimum wage, I wouldn't care as long as they paid me. And that's because I would have already set myself up. I wouldn't care what their check would have been more investment money. I read an article not long ago, and I'll leave y'all with this. I forgot where it was, who it was about, but somebody had $10 million. I think it was on YouTube, but it was a documentary. And they took the money that they made from, it might have been on Instagram. They took their money they made from the $10 million, lost it all. Lost all the money they did from the interest. They lost all the interest they made. And got in trouble, went to jail, something happened. But they still had $10 million that they initially started with, and they were living off dividends. I got a video coming up, a series actually, but it's going to be a video series. It's not going to be lives. Right now I'm working, and I got to get it to a good point, but I'm creating a monthly income strategy where I'm just going to be living off this. Hopefully, if I get it like I want it, I mean, it might take 3 to 5 years before I get it like I want it, but I'm just going to be living off these monthly dividends, at least I already got my rent covered. If I can just pay all the rest of this stuff and then just travel, man. So what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to do? With that being said, man, I hope y'all have a great day, a great rest of your evening. I'm getting ready to watch a little Monday Night Football, but I did want to come on and talk about retiring early. I just want to put stuff on people's mind on this series, Investing Simplified. Y'all, you know what? I don't want the whole thing. Forgot to put this up. I guess I'll put it up right now. It might be some misspelled words, and I don't know. But on this series, Investing Simplified, we don't have to talk about stocks and crypto and symbols and all that. I don't want to do all that on this series. I want to just break down and get ideas from other people about investing. I want to see what they're doing. One of the things that I recently got back into was looking back at gold, physical gold. When I was making probably mid six figures, maybe higher, I don't know, but one of the things I started buying was physical gold from this company. And I didn't even look at the price of it. And I didn't know it was going up like it was going up. I went into the little gold shop one day and they had me a little baggie of gold coins. I gave him some money. Y'all, I walked out of that joint, man, with an envelope. And I promise you, the bag that I had these coins in was no bigger than my cell phone and wasn't even full. I was about 20 minutes from my bank and I drove so fast because I walked out of there with like $7,500 worth of $100 bills on something that I bought just buying some gold coins. So it's something I'm looking back and getting into, and that could be fun to somebody. Y'all had all kind of coins, from China and New Zealand, and I even had a gold coin from Rwanda. I didn't know Rwanda was for real. I think I was mixing it up with that other place, Rwanda or whatever it was called. I said, oh man, it was cool. I hated to sell it, but the point is, man, make it fun. Lisa said on our live stream, this ain't no hobby at all. Thank you, Lisa, for being here. She says good night. East Boogie, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Keisha said, thanks, Rod. Blessed night, everyone. Football, great information, Rod. Yes, man. 9 real homies in the crib. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Hit the thumbs up. Share it out. Tell somebody about the channel. Tell them about it's a dude on here. He ain't trying to sound like he got no degree or none of that. I just want to see everybody be prepared. I used to say I want to see everybody come up. Now I'm to a stage. I just want to see people be as prepared as we can be. And that includes me. Let's all be prepared. With that being said, shoot for the moon. If you don't make it, you will be amongst the stars. I can guarantee you I will be coming at you soon, dropping more heat, more fire, more knowledge, more importantly, showing you how to invest on a budget. Hope y'all have a good one. I am getting ready to raise up. And until the next time, peace, baby. Much love, y'all.